Armen and Levack, 104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. You can also download the Radio Pup and listen to us on that bad boy.
What? Why are we doing what?
Levack, as you know, wifey and I are expecting baby number 2.
Correct, yes.
And we already have baby Munchie, who's a beautiful, healthy baby girl.
Yes.
2 years, 3 months now, baby Munchie is.
Okay.
As you know, when you are pregnant with the child, one of the most exciting aspects...
I'm not pregnant, I'm just fat.
Sorry, yeah, okay, I misunderstood you then earlier. When you and your wife are pregnant with a child, one of the cool aspects of it is it going to be a boy or a girl?
Right.
When you guys were pregnant with Ella some 11 years ago, did you find out beforehand?
Yeah, she wanted to know. I was on the fence. I didn't know if I wanted to know or not, but the ex-wife was smarter than me at that point and went, well, we're going to start decorating nurseries and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
so
it's
let's
really
just
important
know.
to the female.
Yes.
But I got to tell you, though, as a guy, I want to know, too. I think the families that are, let's make it a surprise. I think y'all are crazy. And I got some friends that do that. I mean, I've had some of my best friends have done it that way. Well, and we just got them a bunch of, like, generic stuff. But in my family, for about 2 hours, wifey said with baby number 2 about a couple months ago, she goes, I don't think I want to know. I said, all right. And then she came back an hour later and she goes, I definitely want to know. I was like, well, why is that? And she goes, well, because I looked up all the generic baby stuff and it's just so bland and the colors and I just don't. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly my reason. Yeah.
That's what happens.
I never would have thought of that in a million years, but I'll go with that. So we're trying some of the old wise tales to figure out what sex baby number 2 is going to be.
Okay.
Now we're eventually going to know. You know, at that certain point when you're able to tell.
Ultrasound where they can see everything.
February 8th. So as soon as you and I get back from the Super Bowl, a few days after, we're going to go to the doc and I'll know if it's a boy or girl.
Okay. All right.
But until then, you know, you go online and you figure out the old wise tales, you figure out what's worked for whatever. Have you ever heard of the ring test?
The ring test is what? You tie your wedding ring to a string, dangle it over the baby or the belly.
Yep.
And if it circles, it's one thing, and if it goes back and forth, it's another.
Nailed it.
Okay.
If it circles, it's a girl.
Okay.
If it's a pendulum, it's a boy.
Okay.
So we did it a few weeks when she was a few weeks pregnant, and it was kind of iffy.
Okay.
But it was more pendulum. And
Twins.
I was like, not twins. We have to confirm there was one child.
All right.
And it was kind of iffy, but it was more of a pendulum. And I was like, boy,
Okay, right.
boy. And then we did the ring test again 3 weeks ago, and it was the most defined circle I've ever seen in my entire dang life.
Okay. Well, who was holding the string?
It's me.
Okay.
But I had my elbow on the ground. I mean, it was stable. I promise you. And listen, the ring test doesn't mess around, man. The ring's humming. I mean, it'll perfect circle you or it'll straight up pendulum you. Now, I personally believe in the ring test.
Did it work for Abby?
It not only worked for Abby, but it was so successful that my wife annoyed every single one of our friends with it over the last 2 years. We're 8 for 8 on the ring test.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good track record on this ring test that a lot of people think is so
you're completely outnumbered.
Yeah.
Is what you're telling me.
Now, absolutely. I think I'm screwed. But I want the ultimate confirmation, which I'm about to give you in 2015. Here's what you do. I'll give you that in 30 seconds. Have you ever heard of the Chinese calendar? Are you familiar with this?
No, this one I don't know.
So we've looked up 6 different Chinese calendars. 5 out of the 6 say girl. The one that told us boy is like the one that needed the least amount of information. So I still believe the Chinese calendar is telling me girl.
Okay.
All right. Now, in 2015, and guys, listen to this, because if wifey's pregnant, girlfriend's pregnant, here's the deal. There's a product called Intelligender.
Okay.
All right. Now you can get this thing. You can get it like CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Babies R Us. It's all over the place.
Okay.
Intelligender.com, whatever you need.
Okay.
And the lady, goes to the restroom on the deal, and then it turns color. And up to 10 weeks after she's pregnant, it tells you whether or not boy or girl. Now they'll tell you straight up, hey, look, it's not always 100%. But more times than not, it is. And it's pretty cool, too, because on their website, they have message boards of people like, oh, mine was right, mine was wrong. And you can see that most of the time it's pretty accurate.
Okay.
It's an interesting product. I've always found Intelligender because, it's one of those things like a lot of people, oh, it's a hoax. They're taking your money. I can tell you, first round 1, it said girl for Munchie.
Okay.
So I kind of feel like Intelligender with the best technology that we know of. All right.
Yeah, this is.
So Intelligender,
like
would you like the results? Because we got the results this morning.
Yeah, I mean, of course I want to know. I mean,
Intelligender tells us that we're going to have a girl.
All data pointing to female.
All data pointing to female. I mean, all data pointing to female.
Well,
yeah.
No, you're a guy. You can be a guy about it. You can say you wanted a son.
I definitely wanted a son.
But you realize that nothing you've done right now has a spark of reality in it.
What do you mean?
The ring test, the Intelligender, none of that means anything in the real world.
Really?
None of it means anything.
You're not putting stock in any of them.
If I'm you, I don't go buy a bunch of girl clothes. I don't go get a bunch of girl baby stuff because February 8th is when you're going to know.
See, I'm cocky about this. I ring test and Intelligender, I'm done.
There you go. I mean, it's done.
I think girl all the way. I don't think there's zero data. I told wife to return these onesies clothes for boys that she bought. I was like, why is this taking up room in my living room?
They have zero balance in this world. There's nothing that you've done right now that has given you any information.
Really?
There's nothing you've done.
Zapone phone 476-1045. I'm putting 100% stock.
How can you not be superstitious at all but fall for the ring test? How much is Intelligender run you?
Fall, man. It's 100%.
It's 100%. It's 100% lucky is what it is.
I think it was around $30, I think.
You spent $30?
It's well worth it. It's well worth it because I know. I'm telling you, I know. 476-1045 on the Zapone phone.
You know what?
I'm putting full stock into this now.
Oh my God! I found something. Intelligender does give you definitive information. Armen and his money are soon parted.
Think it's funny. I saw a joke coming. You were setting the ball up. I saw what you were doing there.
You could very well have a second daughter, but none of these things have anything to do with that. None of these things.
What do you mean?
None of these things.
I will say this. You went against the grain, and you've been screaming for 6 weeks it was going to be Ohio State, so you are on a roll this week.
Well, I'm not making my prediction yet as to Baby Williams. I'm not ready for that. I mean, I need to do more research. I need to get a ring on a string and stuff.
That's exactly right. So before February 8th.
We should do an egg test.
Before February 8th, you'll tell me if you believe boy or girl.
All right, I'll make my prediction before then.
You're just telling me right now
that nothing you've done right now has any bearing or has let you know anything.
See, Intelligender even has like a big disclaimer, like don't go paint the room. I'm ready.
Right. Intelligender is basically telling you we're for sale next to Extends and other products that don't work.
I'm ready to get pink paint and bust it, man. I am so confident.
Oh my goodness!
I feel like I've done all my homework.
I can't.
Zapone phone, Mark on the Zapone phone 476-1045. Mark, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of comment quick about that because there's a very similar situation that I am previously, or actually right now, going through. My son is actually going to be born in May.
Congratulations!
Congrats.
Thank you. Well, we already have a girl, and the whole time we're doing the test, we're doing all this other stuff. She's like, "It's a girl. It's a girl." The ring test says girl. It's going to be a girl, and we go to the appointment. Meanwhile, she's telling the soon-to-be big sister, "Oh, your little sister's in here." Oh, we go to the test, and it's going to be a boy.
See?
So you never know. You never know.
Mark, you're the cold hand of fate and truth for Armen right now. The same thing's going to happen to Armen.
So doctor
That's what I wanted to call in for.
So doctor says boy, and the test said girl.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Well, how could you believe a doctor?
Well, no.
I mean,
listen,
a doctor, they use sonograms and stuff. They don't use rings on strings.
Obviously, February 8th is the end-all, be-all. We'll know 100% sure.
I'm tempted to predict boy just because how sure you are it's a girl.
I can see it in your eyes. You're trying to 100% like tease me right now with this whole boy thing. And I'm telling you, man, Intelligender and you I trust, baby.
I don't know, man. I'm going to have to, I did a lot of research on Ohio State, so I got to think about this a little bit. The ring test. Just karma states it's got to be a boy for you with how sure you are that it's a girl. I mean,
476-1045 is a pump phone. Any more feedback on that? I really feel like
ring on a string and
dude, it's the ring test. It's 8 for 8. Like, how can you can't go against that,
dude? It's Did you get those X-ray glasses that you were going to order out of the back of that magazine?
All right, Armen Levack, 104.5 The Team.